Alright guys, it's me, the Tycoon, coming back to you with another review, and this is of Abbott Elementary Season 3 Overview. So let's get into the show. This has been an amazing series. Now I'm currently watching Season 4 at the moment, and I will do my review on it when it finishes. But Season 3 was quite unique because it happened during the middle of the Writers Guild strike. So of course it was broken down into two separate parts and then came back again. This has been a wonderful series to watch because there's been so many different developments that have happened with all the gang, including Jacob and Melissa. You know, Jacob breaking up with his boyfriend and Melissa sharing the flat with Melissa. Ava Coleman doing what she's doing as a principal, and Gregory now developing a taste for food, and the will they won't they relationship with him and Janine Teagues, who's the main character. And Janine's journey now becomes more serious because this particular season, now shows the difference between idealism and reality of your ideals. When the reality hits home is where Janine really starts to question a lot of her beliefs. And why do I say that? Because Janine is given a job offer and she takes it to work for the school district. And by working for the school district, she is now able to actually influence policies in more ways than one, or so she thinks, because she's actually caught up in the system of bureaucracy as well. And she's a teacher by heart, and what she sees is that as being a teacher by heart, she misses her pupils. Gregory takes over her class and does the best that he can while running two sets of classes, as well as you've seen a substitute teacher coming in that just doesn't know how to teach. And there's a lot of things that are going on in this series that hits home because it takes the comedy away. It's still filmed in a mockumentary style, fly on the wall type thing, but now you're seeing more I think facets to this dimension, because it's not focusing on just one single school anymore. You're now seeing more schools being brought into the fray. So Abbott Elementary is still based within the inner city urban dwellings of Philadelphia, and so many different things are taking place. Strike actions take place, career days are happening, smoking is touched upon, where there's a student that is caught with cigarettes, but he hasn't actually smoked. He's just caught with cigarettes. But this causes a hoo-ha and a hooray and all kinds of craziness that goes on, to try and educate everyone. But you have different parties that are looking for the same slice of very limited funding. And you see these guys coming into the school environment who don't have the answers and give really bad answers to these very, very strong questions that the pupils are asking. Sorry, I'm getting kind of tongue-tied here because it infuriates me watching this at times. And it infuriates me because a lot of the times things should be sorted out, but it's quite clear the school district doesn't care. It's firefighting to keep all these schools open because they've got no money. The money that they've got coming in is limited and they have to share it out. And again, the people that suffer are the ones who are on the ground. The teachers are fighting so damn hard. And you're seeing it that sometimes they turn to certain things like faith or vice just to get them through it. And it is heart-wrenching. Even Janine, she's battling, but she's doing such a good job that her superiors want her to go up the ranks. Except there's one problem. Janine misses Abbott Elementary so much she can't let go of it. And what she fails to recognize is that while she's invested in one school, she's letting down all the other schools that are out there in that school district that need her, an idealist like her. But when ideals meet reality and they are hit by funding limitations, this is where everything gets challenged. And you see Janine starting to break down. Her motivation, her life, she wants to go back to the safety of being in a classroom environment, because the challenge and responsibility of looking after an entire district is far, more intense and demanding than just looking after a class of children. And this is what teachers, get into teaching for. It's idealism. They want to create a better society for everyone. That's not the reality, though, because there's a lot of bureaucrats out there, a lot of vested interests that are making sure that the bare minimum is done. There's because they've got the bare minimum funding coming in, and that's characterized really well by Keegan Michael Peele. No, that's Jordan Peele. Key, from Key and Peele. Michael Keegan. He does a brilliant job of being a penny pincher who doesn't want to spend any funding because he knows that it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt their environment as well, because that funding is paying for their salaries. So keep it free would be the best way of putting it. So you see in very ingenious ways of trying to bring about education, but without spending money, and it works. And again, Ava Coleman, as much as you think that she is a hood rat, she's very intelligent. Very intelligent. And yes, writers as well on the show whose name is used. But she's extremely intelligent because she thinks outside the box, gets the funding in from different resources to make sure the school functions. And she's a battler. She will go in and fight hard because she understands. Even though she may not have the academics, she understands, she's got the street smarts, and that is in itself amazing. And again, we gotta say a shout out to the janitor. The janitor is, you don't know which stories are real, except they are all real. So just keep an eye out. And again, even the off-school program, like the podcasting program, and Gregory's goofballs, the green finger goofballs. This is what we used to learn back in school. How to make sure that we got a full day's education without it all being just academics, which is what is just focused on purely nowadays. And education isn't just academics, because there's no one road to success, which academia has constantly driven into people. It's one way. You've got to have this qualification to be able to do this thing. And time again, we've seen that's not been the case. You need the basics, you need the fundamentals, yes. But you don't need just the academics. There's more than one way to obtaining success. And that's what Ava Coleman has shown. And that's what Gregory's showing all the time. The series is still wonderful. And season 4 has been really good too. And I'll do my review on season 4 when it finishes. But in the meantime, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Because this series has had a 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes again. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give me a like, give me a follow, subscribe, share. Keep hitting that like button. And by all means, guys, if you don't know how to do that, you all need to go back to school. So says the TYCOON.